Whatever we say in this podcast is a joke. Please don't take it personal, period. Good afternoon. Good morning. Good morning, love bugs. Welcome to the Daytime Podcast. Thanks. This is the feel-good hangout spot for you to come and listen to us talk about random stuff because we need attention. I'm one of your hosts, Akayla. I'm the A in Day, joined by my lovely, beautiful, talented best friends, Donna and Elsie. How are y'all doing today?
Hello.
Wait, I can't.
Oh, yeah, can you move the thing
Okay,
so then we can...
wait.
Can we?
Alrighty.
I'm so sorry, bro.
What
Can
if
we-
we
can
just
we
start with the
restart
whole
that and-
thing? Oh, you
And
guys can see
start
each
it
other.
like that.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
I get what you
Okay,
mean.
wait.
I want to restart it. Oh, my
Alright.
God. Are we restarting everything, bro?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Third time's a charm.
Okay. No, and
Wait, can I-
stop before you continue so I can like chime us in. You know.
Welcome to the... Okay.
Alright. Thank you for paying attention, because I wasn't.
Mm.
Are we ready?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Keep it. Move it a little more.
it's a little too distracting.
Yeah. You don't have to move it that
Yes.
far. That's good.
Okay. Let's focus, babe.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Whatever we say in this podcast is a joke. Please don't take it personal, period. Hello, love bugs. Welcome to the Daytime Podcast. This is the Oh my God. I'm not redoing it. This is the This is the feel-good hangout spot for you to come and listen to us talk about random stuff because we need attention. I'm one of your hosts, Akayla, and I'm joined by my lovely, beautiful, talented best friend / co-host, Donna and Elsie. How are you guys doing today?
Doing super.
Oh, I'm okay.
Period. We are finally recording our
my God,
our shows now. So
yes.
now you can put a name to our faces or put a face to our whatever. Anyways,
To our voices.
yes.
Oh.
Anyways, Donna, would you like to get into today's podcast
Oh, my God,
and
yes.
introduce our
Okay.
lovely guest?
So today we're gonna talk about this magic topic. It's throne, and I think like this is the right person for this topic. She's a really talented person. She's really, really talented. She's my bestie. I love her with all my soul. Literally, she's my soulmate. She's my soulmate. That's the only way that I can describe her. Her name is Abby.
Abby.
Hello.
Oh my God, yes.
Period.
Yes.
How are you doing today, Abby? You can stop and think.
Okay. Like they just started booing out of nowhere. I was like, okay. No, I'm fine. You know, recently woke up feeling fairly toasty right now. Yeah.
Great.
In this great rainy weather.
Yeah.
We love rainy weather sometimes.
All right, so to get into today, we're going to start off with an icebreaker question. This is just a random question for us to answer to get to know each other better. So the question of the day is, what is the purpose of setting goals if we all die anyway?
I have a great answer to this.
Starting off on a positive note for this
Oh my God,
episode
yes.
today.
Is that positive? It's
That sounds
I
kind of
feel
negative.
Bro,
it does
it's
sound kind of
sarcasm.
negative.
It's sarcasm.
Elsie.
I don't think. Oh, I get it.
Oh my God, bro.
Alrighty.
If you will soon see later in this podcast that I'm very slow to catching on to jokes. So
Give me a
thank
red
you.
flag.
we know it's okay.
Oh.
babe.
Anyways, anybody who knows me knows what I was about to say, so that's good enough.
Okay.
Can we,
Oh
like,
yes.
answer the
What was
question?
what was the question?
What was the answer?
What is the purpose of setting goals if we all die anyway?
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I have a perfect answer to this. Somebody answer it. I forgot. You put me on the spot.
I can go first. I feel like goals are like sometimes we just like don't want to think about that we're gonna die. So it's like these little things that give us hope to keep going in life. And I think sometimes it can be like really superficial. It doesn't matter what's your goal because at the end, if you actually think about it, we're gonna die. So
I look at it as like people like set goals because like, yeah, tomorrow's never promised. We know that. But like in case there is a tomorrow. Like, this is just like a placeholder. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like
I think. Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
I think that also it could be like more. You want to like control the future. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm able to like do this stuff. So like I'm gonna set this goal because I'm gonna control the future and I'm gonna like do my own like future or my own path. And I feel like at the end it just comes because we just need hope.
Period. I don't set goals though. That's not me. But like,
I don't say gold, bro.
I don't set goals because I stay disappointed in myself. Like,
Same.
sometimes,
Well,
like, I set goals. That's why I don't understand New Year's resolutions. I hate New Year's resolutions because I never follow through.
I'm just really lazy. So I'm just like,
That
my
too.
New Year's resolution is to
It's like I know myself
Be
and I
alive.
know that I'm a procrastinator and I know that I'm lazy. So like I'm literally writing 3 essays that's due by 5 p.m. today. Like
literally like same.
yeah.
well, I feel like that's the point. Like, I feel like that's why people set goals because it's so hard to follow through with them that when they actually accomplish them, that's the rewarding feeling
Yeah.
that they crave for,
Until
and
they
that they
don't.
get.
Complete the goal.
Can I
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just part of life. Like, you have this time before you die, so you're not really, you obviously know that death is like upon you at some point, but you still have like this time in between that you're supposed to, like, with the saying, live life to the fullest.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so excited right now.
So like setting goals is like you were saying, is kind of like, well, I wouldn't say it's like hope. It's just like, I feel like it kind of gives structure to your life sometimes, and
Yeah, 'cause
like
that
things you
is
just
very
want to
true.
do in
Yeah.
life, and eventually you're able to like get that done if you achieve that goal.
And also I feel like we want to set goals because we really don't have control of much things in life. So I feel like it just like give us more confidence to pretend that we have some control in the future by setting goals.
But I feel like you can kind of like control your future. Like, for example, like why would you, like, those like memes or those videos where it's like, oh, your homework is due at 12 a.m. and then it just zoom out and show that there's just a little speck in the world. Yeah, but like you still have to live your life. Like, you're still living your life. Like, you're not gonna become like a meth addict and like and be like, well, I'm just a little speck in the world, so it doesn't really matter how because like that's like you still need to like
You're
Elsie
this
said,
living, breathing
you're-
speck.
and you have feelings. Like, you
Right.
have feelings. The way that you go upon your life matters no matter how you feel about it or not. Even if you do become like a meth addict, it's still, people are still gonna look at you and be like this, and like, what good will your life really be?
Not you raising your hand.
Just I didn't want to interrupt. Leave me alone.
Yes, Donna, do you have a question, comment, or concern?
I was gonna say that I feel like that's true. We have to live our lives. Like, it's not like all the time we're thinking about, oh my god, like we're gonna die.
Wait, now that we have a camera, can we look at Abby's drawing?
Bro,
You still have to
does it
live your
work?
life.
bro, that's great. Let me zoom it in.
So I could
No!
so I could forget. So I don't forget.
I love that.
Oh god.
Did you finish what you were saying?
No. Yeah, we have to live our lives, right? Because of course we're not gonna think about like, oh my god, we're gonna die and die. Like, that's like lazy. But at the end, I feel like it's just like, if like it was like what? Never mind. I forgot what I was gonna say. They interrupt me with this, so never mind. Can we
Hashtag.
continue?
Okay, girl. We'll come back to you. So to get into today's topic, we are talking about
Podcast. Sorry, I wanted to make my own sound.
Okay, girl. Can we please just like concentrate? Maybe.
we are talking about growth.
Growth.
Yes.
What is growth? Why is it important?
Just in general.
But like
love
not in general. Like I feel we're talking more
We're
as
talking
a person.
about human anatomy.
Yes.
Like, we're not talking about like physical growth. Like,
Yeah, because then we will be like, that
I'd
wouldn't
be
be our
spreading
topic. 'cause
so
be like,
much
okay,
misinformation.
if y'all don't know, if you're watching this, all in this, like everyone in this table is really short.
A donor?
what?
If you're a donor?
No, if you're watching this podcast,
Oh.
you
Where did
have to
you-
know that everyone in this table is really short.
Where did you get
I
donor
would
out of that?
disagree.
That's
I'm
what
not
talking about.
that short.
Girl,
Sorry.
like everyone's speaking at the same
I'm
time,
sorry.
and it's
Okay.
someone's calling you.
Elsie. You were gonna say something?
We're talking about growth on like a personal level.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and just like
Like spiritual, like whatever. Like growth.
Like, do you feel like you've grown and matured? And how much do you think you've grown and matured as a young
okay,
adult?
well, I can say like I definitely have grown like in maturity level. Oh, thank you. I'm only 16, so like I really haven't like experienced all this time that I still have. But I guess like from when I was young, like I definitely seen, and I think a lot of us see like a change in personality and like the way like they do things or see things. And I definitely think like I've grown as a person in, how do I say it? Okay, personality wise, I definitely gained a lot more confidence throughout the years.
I love confidence.
Mhm.
And like certain things like doing the school shows have definitely helped with that. And even just like making new friends, like that's something that I definitely improved on because I struggled with that. And I kind of feel like I haven't like completely like you still have so much time. I still have so much time. But the people I'm with now, I feel like really care about me, and like I can really have like I have a good connection with them. And that's something that I didn't have, and I definitely would think that I would not have at all a couple years ago.
Okay.
Period.
Period. Would anyone else like to? Abby?
Yeah, what about you? You always like
Oh.
directing everything.
Well, yeah, because I like to.
Because you like to have control over things. Just say that. Just say it.
Anyways.
I'm gonna let that personal attack slide. No, but I wanted to give everyone a chance to speak before I put my 2 cents in. But
Oh my god, we're on your wallpaper. Okay.
Okay, I've seen my wallpaper like a million different times. Anyways, yeah, I feel like I'm very proud of myself when I think of growth and mindset. Like, I feel like I've matured a lot in the past year, and even beyond that. I feel like I look at my past self and I like it makes me happy that I was able to grow and like learn from things that happened to me and learn from things that I did. Because looking at my past self, I kind of want to like kick myself down the stairs. Like
Same.
I feel like past me was like, it's just not something that I want to hold on to. And I've learned to listen to others. I've learned to like learn. I actually wrote about this in an essay that I did last night.
Period.
I've learned to learn. I've learned that curiosity is okay.
Yeah.
Because
sure.
I like when I was growing up, like I used to be scared of like asking too many questions or like asking questions that I like should already know the answer to. But it's like knowledge, the beauty of curiosity is that even the smartest people in the world are still asking questions and they're still learning. So
Yeah.
That's why there's.
and I have to keep reminding myself that, and I think I'm doing better at that, is like learning to, that it's okay.
Accept that, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's okay to,
I feel like
to want to learn because I'm still young,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
we still got a lot,
A
50
lot
years,
more
maybe
time.
more.
Mm-hmm.
To add on to that, like definitely, like how you said asking questions about yourself. Like I've realized that I can do that on myself too. Like asking questions about myself, not just about like certain things, but if I don't know something about myself, like I'll go to others, I'll go to my friends, I'll go to my mom, and I'll say like, is this okay? Like, what if I do this or this? And like, should I be feeling this way? And it's like you get feedback from them, and then you grow from that. I don't know if that makes sense.
Period.
Another thing that I want to learn is how to. We actually. Bye, girl. How to like. No, how to. We actually talked about this in the last episode with Mr. Durian, so go watch that episode.
I love
But
Durian, so.
I want to learn how to balance knowing my worth and like knowing my worth, but also staying grounded and staying true to myself, and learning how to like hold on and learning how to like how to know like that I'm good at what I do while also being humble. And learning how to accept my flowers without stepping in everyone else's garden. Like it's like
Wow.
Period.
That was very well.
I will keep using that analogy till the end of time. Elsie, you were gonna say something.
I forgot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Too many thoughts.
Okay, it's gonna sound very jumbled up, but
Yeah,
I just remembered. Okay. I was saying that maybe on like another podcast, like relationships should be another thing, because like you're saying, you use a certain word.
Give yourself flowers.
No.
True to yourself.
Oh, knowing your worth. That's
Oh.
definitely something
Got it.
that like I know, like, and other things too, but specific to like relationships wise, I think we could definitely touch on that topic
Yes,
on
period.
a podcast, because that's something that
Period. You should tell us,
I've grown on and learned myself, with relationships.
Period. Know your worth,
Period.
Bookie.
Okay.
well, I was
You were
gonna
saying?
say that growth is like such a hard process. It's like such a hard and painful process that like everybody has to go through. And if you haven't gone through it yet,
Sorry, we went over 14 minutes.
Okay, we're gonna take
hold
a
on.
break. We're gonna come back in a second.
We'll be right back.
Bye. I think we're fine.
No. I think we're okay. The next one is just gonna have to be shorter.
We
we went over
record.
16 minutes. Well, no, not over 16. Over 14. Yeah.
14.
Where are you at? You're 16, so your next half will be 12.
Okay.
Okay.
Didn't we do that the first podcast?
Yeah.
Do you need help saving?
Yeah.
Or-
Abby, remember what you were gonna say?
I kind of don't.
You say that growing is a really painful thing.
Yeah.
Bro.
Her what she was saying. But we are back now. Abby, you were saying that growth can be a painful process.
Yes. And I remember the last thing I said. The last thing I said was... Sorry. The last thing I said was that if you haven't gone through it, then you really, like, don't know. Like you... I feel like that's kind of just selfish to everyone around you. Like, if you don't try to actually grow.
I feel like also sometimes when you grow, of course it can be really painful, but at the end, I feel like it's worth it.
Oh, no.
Like it's always
Yeah.
like worth it, and it doesn't have to be painful. I feel like it all depends on how you see growing, how you see like, and how do you grow? Because like sometimes I feel like life gave us lessons that we needed, but we like ourselves like made it hard. So I feel like it also like this kind of sounds really weird, but I feel like sometimes we just have to like learn from everything and be open to learn. And people are like, yes, I'm open to learn, but that's not true. Every day we learn different stuff and different things, and we have to be completely open to learn and not let our like own thoughts or like comments or like ideas to like get through our way to learn. And that's what happened with most of people, like their own ideas, their own like comments, their own things get in the way from them to learn. And that's what happens when there's like certain like ideologies that they're like growing and maybe they make sense, but people just don't want to get off their own ideas. So when you start like opening yourself, opening your mind to start like learning, that's when you actually grow. And that's the thing that I learned since I was really, really, really small. Like I'm still small, I'm still short, but since I was a kid,
Okay.
My parents always were like, you gotta learn, you have to learn, you have to be open to learn. Every day I remember I coming back to school, my parents were like, what did you learn today? And I was like, I don't know. And they was like, what do you mean you don't know? Like, it doesn't matter if you learn something about math or history or something about life. You always learn something every day. And once you start realizing that you learn every day, you start to be like constant about that, and you start to have like more control about that. You were saying, Abby?
No, I was raising my hand, Kayla.
Oh,
Um,
I thought you were waving at me because.
I know.
Anyways, go ahead.
It's okay. Well, I feel like that's the difference. I feel like the way you and me were raised clearly like makes a difference in our mindset of like what like how growth is, because the reason why my growth was so painful was because I had to go through it all alone. Like I had like nobody was I'm the youngest, so everybody kind of like just like gave up on trying to fully raise me. And it was just kind of like, oh, like, she's the youngest, just go around, it's whatever, just do what you do. And luckily, like, I was a nice child, like, I wasn't that rowdy, I wasn't this, but because of that, nobody bothered to try and teach me things. I learned how to share when I was 12. I am now, like, 15. I like, learned, like, kind of just, like, basic things like communication when I was in my double digits basically at that point, because nobody really bothered to teach me. Um and I feel like that's like the one thing like why my growth was so painful, because whenever somebody like would say something to me or whatever, like I would have to just kind of like go through it and be like damn, like what does this mean, how do I feel, and I would have to like research that alone. I mean, luckily for a good amount of time I had my brother, who really it was like my saving grace in so many things. He was the one who actually tried teaching me, like he taught me how to tie my shoes, like stuff like that. um but my mom was always kind of like, she's my child, and it kind of like just stood but like those types of things, I feel like that's what makes the difference in everybody's growth. People have to grow from different things, and either with people or alone, support systems or not, like just like stuff like that.
So growth happens at different times in different ways.
I feel like also growth, it doesn't matter how old you are. I feel like we always grow and we always have to grow. And I feel like when we start realizing how important to us is growing, I feel like your whole life change. Because at the end, I always thought that, like, of course, we're going to die. And, like, talking about, like, the first question that we asked, I feel like the only thing that we're going to have when we die is our knowledge. And I feel like that's why I have always loved to like talk with people like older than me that have lived more than me, because in that way I can learn from like others people's experience, others people's perspective, and that's that's crazy. Like how magic life is, that we can learn from everything and everything. Like it doesn't okay, right now I don't know what y'all doing if you're listening to this, but just see around everything, whatever, like look at everything, whatever, something, and then you can like start thinking and asking yourself questions like, oh, what was this made of, or what was the process of making this, or this and this and this and this, and at the end you learn from like a pencil that you even didn't know. But like there's always knowledge around us, and I feel like it's up to us to take it or not. And it took me a lot of like tries to like understand this, because same as Abby, like most of the times I was like didn't have much people around me, or I did but not really. So I always felt really like independent from a lot of people. But so that's why I feel like this learning this, that we have, there's knowledge around us, it took me like a long time to understand. And really, it really like changed my life, because then I understood that I don't have to suffer to learn, that I can learn from other people's experience. I can learn from everything and everyone.
Also, it's okay to grow, and it's
That's true.
okay to learn, and it's like it's okay. I think some people have a hard time trying to accept the fact that life goes on, but like that's life. It's just life. You have to grow up and you have to learn new things, and you have to mature at some point. You can't be like 40 paying bills and still have the mindset of a 12-year-old. Like
Yes.
like please, I've seen that too many times in my life. For one 16-year-old, you cannot be a grown adult and still have the mindset of a kid. Like, you have to mature at some point.
And also, I feel like maturing is knowing that you're going to change. And it's okay to change. Sometimes people are afraid of change, but
Exactly.
you shouldn't.
I think also like knowing growth can affect others around you too.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like with what you were saying, like some people are living off others or aren't pulling their weight, and it can affect like the other people that do still care about you. And like, you know, as you're saying, at some point, like we all grow. It just depends on like when that happens and how much like effort you put into like make that happen. But you know, whatever time that is, keep in mind like those around you, like who you're affecting, and like what would be better, not just for you, but again for others around you, because it can affect them for the worst.
That just reminded me, like, I think, like, okay, I was watching something. It was like these two parents, they were like, it was a court case, and they were like fighting over child support. And one of them, like, the mother does not work. She does not have anything to like account for the fact that she is a grown adult. Like, and she's fighting for child support, and the judge is like, how are you trying to fight for child support if you do not have a job? Like, and she chooses not to work. It's not like she can't. She chooses to live with her mother rent free. And it's like, how, if I'm 16 and I know better, like what if 2 + 2 is 4? Like, what is not adding up to you? Like, you have to, like, like, I'm trying to work and I'm 16, like, and I have no bills to pay. Like, so it's there's a maturity that has to come at some point.
Also, I feel like we cannot compare that type of I really don't like to compare to other people about maturing, because I didn't have their lives. So
That's true.
there's this thing that I learned in philosophy that is probably going to sound really weird, but when you actually understand it, you understand a lot. You are who you are because all that happened in your life made you who you are. I am who you are. I am who I am because all the stuff that I lived made me who I am. That means that I am you in your life and you're me in my life. Which like you think about, you're like, what? Like you okay? Like
No, I know what you
But
mean. Just
at
don't
the
boss
end-
me in that part.
yeah. So, of course, it's like a really like it's not like
I am you, you are me.
we are all. Period. Okay.
If you had me at one point.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me try to like explain it again.
No,
I feel like
I don't.
if I live the same things that you lived, I will be you. And if you live the things that I lived, you will be me. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay.
That's why I am
Okay,
you in your life, and you're
Okay,
me
well,
in my
you
life.
can give it some context.
It's a really strange thing.
No, I get it.
but
No, you get it.
I feel like don't compare yourself in anything. Like I feel like when
Well, it's not really a sense of comparing myself. It's just like
no
the fact
yeah. But at the end you feel like this is gonna sound kind of rude, but I'm not trying to make it like look rude. I feel like the way that you were saying it was like, I'm 16 and I'm doing better than you.
okay.
And,
Yeah.
and I'm not
get
saying
it.
I'm not saying that it's bad to feel that way, because at the end we all want to feel that way. I'm just saying that
I mean, I get
we
what you-
cannot compare ourselves to other people because we are not them. We didn't live them.
I
So
mean-
try to focus on yourself and who.
I like yeah. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but it's just like it's just I was just basically going back to my point. I'm gonna wrap it up, but I was just basically going back to my point that it's okay to grow. Like
That's true.
like just know
Yeah,
that
yeah.
life is gonna come with changes, and you,
You
have,
have
to
to be-
know how to change with that.
No,
And also have to be open
I
to
get,
change.
I get what Akela is saying, and I agree with Akela is saying probably more than Akela agrees with what she's saying. Like, it's true. Like I get that I can't compare my life with other people, but you know, if they're like, I'm gonna use this analogy, and then we probably okay. So this guy asked these two brothers, and one is a drug addict and doesn't have a job and whatever, and he's like, why are you like this? He says, my dad's an alcoholic. And then he asks the CEO of this one company, and then his brother, and he's like, why did you decide to become a businessman, a CEO? He says, because my dad's an alcoholic. You know, you all choose, like, it's what you choose. Like, you have a choice in your life.
Yeah. I kind of disagree with that, kind of a little bit. I feel like I get what you're saying. Yes, life depends a lot. Like, let me hurry up. Life depends a lot of like the choices that you make, and that's completely true. But don't compare anything. But okay, I ran out. I know what you're trying to tell me, and I get it. But the last thing I'm gonna say is, don't try to compare yourself, or don't try to pretend that you have like that you're better than other person. Because at the end, I feel like the vibe that, but in this, not the vibe, but what I'm feeling is just like we're trying to like make ourselves in a better position than other people. But stop comparing everyone.
In this scenario, though, you're not comparing them to someone who has a rich dad. They both have an alcoholic dad. Just
But you
one
don't know.
chose not to
You
do
don't
it.
know like the position of the other people. The other person was. You don't know like
No,
maybe
no.
the other
Look,
person
in
was
the-
like.
in this analogy, they grew up the same, because that's kind of how most families do things. You kind of they grow up the same.
It just depends on what you decide to do with the things
Yeah.
that are given to you. in
Exactly.
Sorry,
life.
it's
which
just
is
like
why- and
this the whole thing is
it's
giving me
not-
vibes like
It's
the poor
not-
people is poor because they don't want to.
What? No, I'm not. That's
They
not.
just want to.
You can have an alcoholic CEO, rich dad, like, you know, like.
Yeah. Also, the woman in the court case chose not to have a job. Like, she
Yeah,
That's
could
true.
work.
That would be
and,
me,
like,
though.
They choose.
I don't want a
to.
job.
It's like.
Just want money.
It's like when like you tell somebody you're poor, and then they start believing it, you know, or and they don't. No, it's like, you know, if you tell somebody something enough, they'll start believing it, and then they will put themselves in that box, and they
Okay.
won't try to leave.
In conclusion,
Okay.
Anyways, learn how to grow, learn how to mature, be a better person.
and be on peak.
Thank you. Thank you for listening to O Radio. We put the O in radio. Make sure to follow us on social media at O Radio, OHS on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And make sure to follow us on Instagram at Daytime.
Yes.
That is our username. Okay, love you. See you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Wait.
Please.
Okay. Per.
This one was really long.